Good morning. Welcome to the Weather's Channel Morning Live. My name is Autumn, and this is my husband, Richard. We go live here on our YouTube channel every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You can also catch us on our other channel, Watch Autumn Keto, where we go live every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to say most Wednesdays, but that's okay. We're here. Yeah. We're here today.
Only on other than work trips.
Yes, other than work trips, we be here. So, hey everybody, happy to be back. The title of today's video is Glad to Be Back, which just means glad to be back home. I was in Columbus all week for work. The work trip itself went very well. It was a great trip. I was, and I racked up some like Marriott, nights, some reward nights. But I mean, I didn't realize how good it would feel to sleep in my own bed. Like, I absolutely love it. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Also, I'm gonna roll out of the frame to cut off Sports Center because as much as I love our NFL Insider, it was distracting. Yes. Okay. But I mean, as you can see, probably when I rolled away, like there's just a lot of cleaning that needs to be done. I'm putting up.
What are you talking about?
We are putting up the final bits of Christmas decorations. Here are the remnants of my standing desk, which I absolutely love, by the way.
Yes.
Which honestly I haven't really got a big chance to use because I went out of town before, for all of last week. But but even the couple days that I set it up before I left. Going to be great. Now all I need is that walking pad and I am in there. So today's going to be a busy day because like I wrote down a lot of stuff on my to-do list. Like I'm back now. I don't have anywhere to go for a few weeks. Like I got to clean up. Like we got to get this house in order. Like where did we go? I'm pretty sure that in my room, our room, there's luggage on the floor from Friendsgiving. There's.
I'm pretty sure you have not unpacked.
Exactly right. Yeah. So like,
we'll agree there.
And that's been on my to-do list for a long time. Like clean up bedroom, like unpack. And so now that I've just got back from Columbus, it's like I got to do all that together. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm gonna run out of clothes, right? Because like I take the clothes that I normally wear, so I've got to get stuff like that together.
That's where you
gotta
procrastinate.
Yeah, got to clear that out. Got to just really clear all the surfaces and stuff like that. And then guess what?
So sweet.
It's tax time. So the good thing is all of our expenses for last year are already categorized and everything. I just kind of need to put a bow on that before I give them to the tax lady. But like the beauty salon I have not started.
Oh, God.
Like I have not started our tax situation.
Well, the good news is this will be the last year of that.
Actually, it won't because we'll be operating the first 5 months of 2023. And then after,
never mind. So one more half year.
But the good news actually is when our business stops in 2020, or when our business stops in May,
in a few months,
I can just really tie a bow on all the financials and have it sitting there dormant for like the last half of the year. But then when the next year, comes up, can you file taxes early? Because I'm going to ask my tax lady that, like, if we stop in May and we do all of our financials, can we just file for 2023, like last return? But like that way we don't have to wait till the next year.
Somebody spicy.
But either way, like that's where my mind is. Plus, I've gotten some, I've been doing some t-shirt work with Nush. I got some work from some of the WAC fam, which I really appreciate. And we're ramping up for the low carb cruise. I've got t-shirts coming up for that. Like. And
talk to wonderful Debbie.
Debbie. And so it's just like it's shaping up to be a busy year. So I need to hit the ground running. I need to get started.
Yes.
But before I get much more into that, let's look at these comments. Judy's here, says good morning, Weathers. What's the forecast? It's sunny and bright in my parts of Ohio. It is. No, that's not that. That's the sunglasses. It's sunny because I thought it was the hat, but it is. Yeah, but I like to see the hat to tip the hat. But it's cold here. Like it is sunny, but it is cold. But we went to the gym this morning, and Mom went with us, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
we met her at the gym, so that was pretty great.
I totally poo-pooed you and said you weren't coming.
Yeah, I was like, Mom's supposed to be here. Oh, she's not going to be here.
She ain't coming. Okay. That's lip service, what we call that. And y'all like, what the?
Hooked here says good morning.
She showed up.
Weathers and Weathers Chasers, welcome home, Autumn. Thank you. Sunny
ambition.
And not too cold here. It is sunny, but it is cold here. It's going to be a great day to have a great right, Dad. You right.
It's
Mom's here. So
wonderfully
tiny
brisk
home neighbor.
January.
It is brisk. Like I said, it's January. So I mean, we got to be used to it. So Brianna's here. Says happy Sunday, Whack fam.
Hey, Brianna. Good
Matreya's here.
morning.
Says morning, everyone.
Good
Beth's
morning,
here. Says
Radical
good
Geek,
morning,
aka
Weathers and Whack fam.
Matreya.
Dancing lady.
Oh, hey, Beth.
Jen's here. Says happy Sunday. Glad
Hey,
to see
Lamar.
everyone. Glad to see everyone too. So
We need the background somewhere.
Matreya said, "Wait, you were in Columbus?" You're right. I was in Columbus. I know, right?
Oh, snap.
I could have lunched with all the Ohio people. I was talking to Don and anything. I was like, I could have been talking to y'all in person.
Well, you were also all over the place with your job.
Exactly. So. We were in Grove City, and so I know that's south of Columbus. I know that's south of Columbus. But like we were at the site for 12 hours a day. I mean, just like all day we were there. Shauna's here. Says hi, Adam Richard. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
hi. Sam Banner's here. Says hello, peoples. Debbie's here. Says morning, all.
Hey, Debbie.
Hoofman said, I don't have many work meetings, but when I do, the dog lets everyone know she's here. Exactly. Why they gotta start barking when we get on camera? Like they know.
It's a habit.
They know better.
It's the inner Amber.
Jen said, will you be watching football today? Who day? Yes, I will. Y'all. Okay, so yesterday I had all these plans to start doing all the cleaning and stuff that I'm doing today, but my body was like, girl, how about you sit on the couch for 12 hours? And so that's precisely what I did. And I caught up on The Circle. I finished season 4. I'm starting season 5. I love The Circle. Y'all, I'm putting it out there. I will be on The Circle, right? Like I am going to be a contestant on The Circle and I will not get kicked out first. That's all I'm saying. I love this reality show, right? And so watching it just really got me pumped to be like, I got to get my audition video together because I will be on this show. So I started the new season. But then my husband aptly reminded me, like, I was like, is football on tomorrow? He's like, football's on today. Like football's on right now. What are you talking about? Because it was like 5:30. And I was like, so cut off The Circle, turned on football. And by that point it was, Seattle and the 49ers. And I was just like, I don't really care about any of these teams. Plus it was very evident that the 49ers were kind of dominating that game. Then we went back to The Circle. Then we turned on Jacksonville and LA, the Chargers, to which one, by the time we got there, which is the second half of the second quarter, like it was 27-0. And I was like, literally what? So we about to turn that game off at halftime anyway. And then of course that's when I go to sleep, only for me to wake up and go to the gym and be watching the recap on SportsCenter. And I was just like, oh, did they win? What? Like the Chargers just fumbled, literally, figuratively, every sense of the word. 27-0. Now, granted, before the half, it did become 27-7, but come on now. Like, oh, and then when you become the first team in NFL history to like blow a lead that big. I mean, just all sorts of stats that we don't want, right? But yes,
there were 2 other teams that were worse.
Okay, so this is the third worst. Yeah. And so yes, we will be watching football today. But you
got to rip and run everywhere.
I do. Well, I only have one place to go.
Looking at the screen randomly throughout the day.
Exactly. Like football will be playing, but can I sit on the couch and watch football all day? No, I cannot. So, but it will be playing. So unless I get up and walk around, then my husband's like, video games, pew, pew, pew. So, but yes, I'm excited. Jim and Sheila are here. So good morning, Autumn, Richard, and the Whack fam. Hi, Sheila. Glad you're here.
Hey,
Joyce
Sheila.
is here. Says good morning, my amazing Whack fam. And fabulous fun weather's on our way to church. Happy
Joyce
that you're here.
No, he's in the background.
Brianna said I finally cracked open my blueberry nush. Yeah, it's so tasty. Yeah, so look, I love nush cakes and I love the pancake mix. I love both of them. I am a fan of nush. I'm even a bigger fan of Dave, the founder, owner. Like we're
very fun.
Yeah, and so I made some shirts for him for another conference they're going to. Plus, I was like, also, because he's like, should we go on the cruise? I'm like, because Dave hasn't decided if like Nush is going to be on the cruise, and I was just like, we're going on the cruise, right? He said it sounds like fun, but it also sounds like it can get annoying. I was like, yes. I was just like, taking some private time, like having a private place to go is imperative, right?
I was gonna say, it's what you make it.
It is what you make it. But I was like, it was a no-brainer for us to sign back up. Like, I mean, we're going. But I was like, hopefully I'll see you there. I was like, but also, will I see you in KetoCon in April, which is now before the cruise. He goes, oh yeah, we're definitely going to KetoCon, and I'll probably end up getting more shirts from you. And I'm like, okay, Dave, you just let me know what you need, and I got it for you, Dave.
Wonderful company like Nush.
Yeah.
You just
Exactly.
It's a gift that keeps on.
And look, I already invited him to Keto Palooza. I was like, also, I want you to come to Keto Palooza. He was like, we already have a couple of conferences for that weekend, but I'll see if I can send some people. And I'm like, there's already a couple of conferences. Like, what are y'all doing? There's so many conferences. I know exactly the literal
take over the world.
The literal same thing.
Maddie, what are you barking at? Come here. Maddie.
Wow. Hoofnit said, speaking of beauty salons, this morning I read an article about recycling salon hair in Belgium. One thing they make is rugs that can absorb pollution, like oil spills. That's crazy. Jen said, nice. Brian and I started back at the gym this week lifting, humbling. Yeah, that we had to lower our weights. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be back in the same. I'm like,
that's what I had to
this
do.
Says I can do 85 pounds with this exercise. Yeah. Let me start at 70.
There's nothing wrong with that, Jen, because that's even what I had to do. Because if you missed a while, you don't want to start the same way you left off because then you hurt yourself.
Yeah, and then literally,
you want to start off slow again.
When I was on the treadmill talking to Mom, I was just, it's the 15th. I was like, this is the first time we've gone to the gym this year, first of all, but honestly, probably the week before Christmas, So it has been 3 weeks at least. So I was happy to get back on the treadmill. But when I start weightlifting, that's why it's important to keep records of your weightlifting. So you can tell, like, okay, back when I was working steady, I could do this weight. I got to dial it back down to build up. But yeah, we're going back to the gym this week. Joyce said very cold in sunny Florida, 30 degrees. It's like 25 cold here. So that's really cold in Florida. That's a little lot.
30s in Florida. That's deep freeze.
Exactly. Oh yeah, Judy said you got tired of bumping your head on the hanging light and you switched it. Yeah, we did that a while ago. And literally, it immediately improved our ability to use that space, right? Plus, this is a fancy light that is controlled with a remote control. Boop. So yes, we did that a while ago, and it was, it's been amazing. So yes. Brianna said my mom agreed to come to Ketopalooza with me. I asked my dad, and he was very weirded out. He didn't realize my mom was coming. I told him he could just drink bourbon. Absolutely, that's what you did. And we're gonna be downtown.
Big enough hotel where you can chill and
never have to even touch the conference. Shelly Sierra says, "Happy Sunday, Whack Fam." Hi, Shelly. Glad you're here.
Yay. Good morning, Shelly.
Oh no, this was the show I auditioned for. Jen said Peacock has a new reality show I just watched and I thought you'd like it. It's called The Traitors. It's like The Mole. I literally auditioned for the show and I talked to a casting producer and everything, but I didn't make it past that round because, like I said, you guys, I have auditioned I have sent in multiple audition tapes to be on The Circle. And then I got a call from one day. They were like, hey, we don't want you to be on The Circle. Like, we don't want you on The Circle, but we do have this other show called The Traitors that you might be good for. So then I did a phone call for that. But I can tell you, honestly, this was back in February. My heart wasn't in it because I knew that if I got on the show, I'd have to take a month off of work. And I had just got that job. I was like, how weird. They don't know me. So I'd be like, hey, I'm really happy to get this job, but can I go away for a month to shoot a reality show? Like, I just didn't. So I wasn't even really excited. I couldn't put my full energy into it. But now they know me at work. And plus, I know they like reality TV. So they would love to like have somebody they know on a reality TV show. So I'm making it work, but it was literally called The Traitors. So, oh man, I thought it was The Mole.
See the people you could have worked with.
I could have worked with, yeah, because I was talking about The Mole. I was talking about this past weekend on my drive home from Columbus with my coworkers. I was like, yeah, I auditioned for reality TV. It was called The Traitors, but I actually think it was The Mole they ended up taping. But no, they literally taped a show called The Traitors. That's crazy.
See, now you can be as famous adjacent.
Yeah, but I'm about to make my way. I'm about to keep making my way further and further with that casting company. It's happening. TC's here. It says hello, all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, TC. Glad that you're here.
I'll have to figure out a way to just survive a month without you.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Because I'm going. I'm leaving. Hope this said I also read an article about doing 1 minute burst of exercise 3 times a day and how beneficial they are. Brilliant. Just remember that your burst will be different than my burst. Stop saying. Why are you making me say burst? I love it. Kelly Sears says, good morning. I love the OG Whack Fam shirt and the orange too. The orange to boot. Yeah. So yeah, this is, I've had this shirt for a long time, but I just be ordering colors like, I want to test this color out. So let me put something on it. But yeah.
Reminds me when we went to the PhD
my
summit
gym shirt.
and just had a rainbow.
Yeah, just random shirt colors that I love.
They love that.
Yeah, Brianna said, Karen, 3 minutes of exercise. I may be able to stick to that. Yeah, I mean, my standing desk.
You gotta hit it hard.
Yeah,
though.
My standing desk also, I really love it, so I'm excited about that.
Find your burst.
It's more like a dancing desk.
As Brian said, you gotta find your burst.
TC said, "Wow, it's 31 in Florida or 31 in Iowa. That's warmer than Florida." I know. I'm saying
right? that's a freeze out in Florida.
Sam Ben said, "Is it LED or regular?" It's LED. It's brand new. Oh, Joyce said, "Heading into church." Yes. Good to see you, Joyce. Yeah, exactly. Turn it off.
What?
The light. Turn it off like a light switch.
We disappeared.
No,
we literally disappeared. No. Hello. Can you see us?
Oh my goodness. You can turn it back on if you want to.
No, it was better.
But so yeah, lots of busy stuff going on. Hoofton says, funny that it's 30. Yeah, it's 35 in mid-Missouri, and I don't think it's that cold. I think I'm still in shock from the Arctic blast we had a couple weeks ago. It feels close to that. Yeah, it's very frosty. Like everything, there's frost and everything. I'm just like, oh, it's cold. I don't like this. Okay, so let's quickly talk about my eating when I went on my trip to Columbus, because I was out of town for 5 days.
How did you do?
So I had a plan. Basically, guys, like, I think I'm just at a point in my life where in my journey where like making it a point to stay keto 100%, like that's just not my focus anymore. Like it's just really not. And so my only plan
it's also very specific to you too, because you're missing a big chunk of your
exactly. I had to have carbs because if I eat my regular diet, explosive diarrhea. And as I mentioned, we're on site 12 hours a day. I can't afford that. So once again, every time I eat carbs or fiber, that binds it up and that helps. So I was like, I have to eat carbs at some point. And I was like, oh no, carbs, right? So this just looked like when we went
specific diet.
When we went to Chipotle, I got a bowl that had white rice in it, black beans and chicken and salad on top. I got some tortilla chips sometimes. Like my goal was just not to overeat, right? Yes. Like I didn't want to get a hamburger and fries and then go ahead and add some onion rings along with that. You know, like I just wanted to eat standard meals as they came and not add stuff on top of it. Plus, as suspected, there was this huge, basically break room type thing that they set up on the warehouse floor that just had snacks. I mean, goldfish, those Belvita bites, just Pop-Tarts.
Random grab and go.
Exactly. Because they were there for 14, 15 hours a day, right?
I was just going to say that. Like, you literally were on site for 12
exactly.
hours.
And they were there longer than us. So
it's like you could make a lunch.
It was every day like that they were doing that. And so I was talking to Mom. I was just like, the good thing is we were in a training room and all of that stuff was out on the warehouse floor. So it was like a 2-minute walk to go get to it.
So that helped.
So that did help. Exactly.
Deterrent.
So I was just like, that was a big deterrent. I'm still proud of myself because there were also times when in the past I would have been like, oh, we got 10 minutes. I can walk out there and get some snacks, right?
That's 1,000%.
But I didn't. But I was like, okay, it'll be an even better test or situation next time if they happen to have it in the room. Yeah. Because the last place that I went, they had it all in the room and I did not really stick to my plan. That was last year though. Like it's a, new rules, new plan, new me, right? Yeah. So I was like, that was a good test, but now I'll look forward to seeing what it's like when it's actually in the room. What will I do? They got Starbucks every single morning. I did not get Starbucks. And they had a continental breakfast at the hotel. I did not eat the continental breakfast because I normally don't eat breakfast, right? Yeah. The second day we were there,
you ate the bacon and you eat
I just eat the sausage patty. Yeah. So I was like, if I'm going to eat, it has to be completely keto. Because they had bagels, they had muffins, they had toast,
that's what you was trying to
they had like all of my jams. But I was like, no, I don't eat that stuff normally. No point eating it. But they did have turkey sausage, and they had like scrambled eggs and turkey sausage. The eggs were disgusting. The turkey sausage was pretty good. So I'm like,
you said it was powder eggs.
Yes, I'm gonna eat this turkey sausage, which I only ended up eating the first 2 days. After that, because the second day I was there, we went to Walmart, got some bangs. I was like, that's normally what I eat in the morning.
Ding, ding.
So I did have Starbucks, I would say, on the last day, because I'm like, I was there for 5 days. I'm like, I'm getting me a Starbucks on Friday, So, and I didn't feel guilty or bad, or I didn't like. It was just a matter of
Starbucks, like coffee.
I got a Frappuccino.
One of those super duper cutesy wootsy.
Yeah, sugary drinks with the. And it was good. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just like what I'm just saying. So like I was really, really proud of myself. I would say I'd give myself like an 85 to 90%. Because there were a couple of times toward the end of the week where I'm like, I went back for seconds. I could have not done that. but there were times where like on Wednesday they ordered Panera bread for lunch. I just got a salad. Like I was just like, it was like I was making the best choices with what I had.
Exactly.
But regardless,
on the fly,
I was also making it a point not to overeat, not to snack. And I just felt good about the whole thing. So I'm just like, I'll take that any day. Like I will take a situation like that where I mentally felt good and felt proud versus this like crushing temptation to stay keto. Plus I had no explosive diarrhea. My bathroom situations were just like exactly what they needed to be. It was a victory.
Can I get an amen for that?
Yes. So Jen said, were you at the Victoria's Secret warehouse? I've been there. No. So we were, which limited brands, which Victoria's Secret owned. I was telling them all about that too, because I was like, I used to model in Columbus, and they were like, what? I was like, yeah, because
we don't know nothing about alcohol.
Limited Brands is, I don't know if it's headquartered there or they have major operations, but like that also, they also own Lane Bryant, The Limited, Victoria's Secret, all the little
Limited too.
Yeah, exactly. All the little kids stores.
I know stuff.
Good job.
I know things.
So it's just like I've been to Columbus several times for that.
No,
so we were actually, who's heard of the women's clothing store Maurice's? Like that is the. I mean, I feel like we have had or had one in Louisville.
I've seen it on my travels
somewhere, exactly. But yeah, so we were at a Maurice's warehouse. Yeah, and so it was pretty cool.
Oh, Maurice.
Yes. Maurice. So yes, it was really fun. Hookna said, amen. I appreciate that. Like I felt good. It was an entire victory. Jeannie said, glad you had a good week. Shelly said, traveling gives me anxiety when it comes to food. There's something in me that wants to eat all the things, regardless if I want it or not. You did a great job.
And this used to be you.
This is normally me. I'm out of town. I'm out of my routine. Let's go.
Again, I want to add that this is a situation where you're literally in this environment for 12 hours a day. It's not like you like, let's take a break. Everybody has 3 hours to do what you want.
So they were like, when I tell you the closest civilization, 20 minutes away.
Exactly.
Like
you're stuck on an island.
You're driving into these warehouse districts where like their closest neighborhood is 20 minutes away. So they would send somebody to go get lunch. Like you have to put in your little lunch order and they would bring it back. Yeah. So, they're like, hey, we're doing Panera today. What do you want? I could have been like, I want a soup and bread bowl and, I want a cookie and a bagel. Like, no, I got a salad, right?
You know your triggers.
Exactly. And they were, Chipotle. I was just like, one day I'll get something with the tortilla. The next day I won't. Like, it was just really making the best choices, but also just like not stressing out. Because if I was at home, would I have chosen to eat Panera or Chipotle every day? No, like, because I have other habits for it. But I'm not at home and I can't stress and obsess about trying to be perfect when I'm not in my regular situation. So that's just really,
I love that.
That's just really what I was working on.
It shows your growth. It shows your growth from where you were to where you are.
And it's just in a way to approach it and refine it from now on, and so that's what I was working on. So bottom line is, I will say I did not bring my scale, which really annoyed me because I would have liked to bring my scale, especially when I'm driving, when you're packing, when you're like going to like on a plane, then you
don't have to worry about weight.
Exactly, right? I was like, I should have brought my scale, but I didn't bring my scale.
50 pounds? I don't know.
Yeah. So, and then another thing I'm proud about is that yesterday morning, that's a good thing. We went grocery shopping and I was right back on track yesterday. Boom. I was just like, boom, I'm gonna get my chicken and get my flank steak, get my lettuce. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm still on the weekend, I'm still riding the wave. No, I was right back on track. So here's the thing. I stepped on the scale on Monday morning before I left. Saturday morning, when I got back, I was 7 pounds heavier. Like that over that week, I gained 7 pounds. And I was just like, honestly, not that bad. Like, because
all that Starbucks.
I mean, and the rice, don't get me wrong, it's just fiber, water, like the salt, things I'm holding on to. And I was like, I can gain 7 pounds overnight. So the fact that like it just kind of stayed to 7 pounds over the whole week, I was okay with that. And I knew a lot of it was bloat and bulk. Yeah. So Saturday, I ate normally. I had chicken salad. I had, I think, did you make sausage yesterday? I don't know. Yes, maybe I had some sausages. I had, diced up, my husband grilled all the chicken, all the flank steak. I had some yogurt and strawberries, like just right back to my regular thing. This morning, I stepped on the scale. I lost 6 of those pounds, like just by eating normally. So it was, I would say like a net 1 pound change. Yep. Come on now. Come on, so like
you're back on it.
Yes. And like I said, now I'm looking at my schedule. I don't have anywhere to go as of yet. It could change, but like I should be able to have a normal eating, routine for the rest of the month. Yes. And I was talking to my mom. I was like, okay, if I had to put numbers around it, if I could lose 20 pounds this year, I'd be okay with that. Right. And so, but if I had to put numbers around it, but if you think, so that's like 1.5 pounds a month. So that is so slow, so gradual, so minuscule and incremental. I feel like that's possible, you know?
Definitely think that's
possible. So that's what I am just thinking about if I had to put numbers around it. But once again, I'm focusing on my habits. If I have good habits and that doesn't result in losing 20 pounds, that it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Exactly. But I'm focusing on my habits and my plans for approaching these traveling situations. Maitreya said, "Oh, Maurice's is a nice brand." I never even went in there to look at it. Draven West is here. J Dog Grill Dude Smokes. Love that for you. Says good morning all. Oh, hey, look at that. Look at his animation.
I know, new logo.
TC said Maurice's is up north. Yeah. So Jen said, "Great job staying on track for yourself. You were an inspiration." I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, I know. Well, it took a lot of time, effort, energy, and work.
Jen said, "I have FOMO when traveling. I want to try all the new things." Now, trust me, if it was a new thing, like we went to some fancy pizza restaurant on Thursday night, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll take some of that. I'll take some of that." You know, like, but it was Panera
or
Chipotle. You know, it's not. They're not new. I know what a bagel tastes like for continental breakfast. I know what a banana nut muffin like. It's not. And that's what I was and not only that, I don't do it every day at home. So there's just no reason to go out of my way to do it there, you know? And so that was a thing. No, there were some things, but this is restaurants that I went to.
Learning and time and patience and effort.
Yeah. To realize that, like, you know, and then also another thing.
Ate it before.
It's also not like I was looking at it as in like, this is the only time I'll get Chipotle. So let me just have it. It's just like, if I get home and I want Chipotle, I can have it whenever I want. I can go to Panera Bread whenever I want. There's no need.
You're taking the stress and
the scarcity around this is the only time I can have it. No.
So you don't feel the need to gorge yourself.
Exactly. Because I just really needed to eat to sustain, you know, being there for a while. But it like wasn't this exciting thing. You know, my food journal was like, don't make it like this week is not about food. It's about training. So just make food the secondary part of to support your training, right? So that's what I did, and it was good.
I know, I really love it.
Yeah, Draven was said I love some sausages. Me too. So it was amazing. Sherry said, "Hey fam, good morning. Hello."
Good morning.
TC said my habits have been bad this last week. I mean, but you know the crazy thing is, let's just steer them good this week, right? It can just change day to day, week to week. Nothing has to be forever, right? Just work on it if you want to work on it on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
Draven West said weekend project is putting together a new grill upgraded to the Rectech. Oh Lord, it's technical but still a bit intimidated. I'm technical but still a bit intimidated on how to put this together. Good thing Patty has an engineering background. That's amazing.
Job, J-Dog.
I couldn't. No.
I gotta see photos of
this. Exactly. Post them in the group because I'm just like, oh, it sounds like too much. The only outstanding thing from last year that we still haven't accomplished is getting that soda stream. Like we need a soda stream. Like I don't want to buy another 24 pack of ice drinks. Like, you know, and I think we're on the last week. We're on the last leg. So we need to do that. But yeah, so that is really, but now that I'm back, like I said, getting back to the gym, getting back into my like habits, my morning routine, like that's really what it's all about.
You're so amazing.
Yeah. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hoofed said, "Wow, this is great, Autumn. Not letting the mental cause unnecessary stress." Exactly. Accepting, making the best choices you can. I needed this. Thank you. Yeah. That means a lot. Yeah. Like I really needed to work on it too, because it used to always be mentally so stressful. Like, what should I get? What shouldn't I get? How can I stay strict keto? How can I do it? It's like, no.
Well, I mean, even like Mary T talked about, like whenever you go back into the actual workforce where you can't control your environment, you're always going to be inundated with advertisements and options and choices. So this is where even in those environments, you make the right choices almost all the time.
And like I said, I mean, and even when it was paid for, like everyone put in your Starbucks order, and I'm just like, well, don't need Starbucks.
Exactly.
Like I don't have it every morning.
Non-scale
victories. There's no point in going out and like getting Starbucks.
Non-scale victories.
But on Friday, I was like, yes, I will take a Starbucks. You know, and so there's just titiz. Oh, watch titiz, right? So, like I said, it was a victory. I would say 85 to 90%. There were certain times where I'm just like, oh, I went back to get, you know, seconds of that. You know, whenever you have catering, because a couple of days they brought in catering. And so I went back to get a little bit more as a second round, and I didn't need it. I was just like, oh, there's more left, but I also didn't get third and fourth and fifth rounds, and I would have ate through all of that till it was gone because I couldn't stand for it to sit there. So I was just like, oh, okay. Even then, it just wasn't, it wasn't that bad. And so I was just like,
I love your headspace.
Always ways to get better. Ways to improve, but it was a major improvement.
Never stops. Yeah. Every day we keep getting better.
Sheila said Jim has a goal to be in Wonderland by Ketopalooza 2023. Girl, me too, right? So
go Jim.
He has 24 pounds to go. Yeah, let's go. We can do it.
There we go.
TC said my downfall was not meal planning last week. Meal prep and planning is on my schedule this afternoon. Yeah. Now this is huge for me. Not meal planning and also not meal prepping.
Yes.
You guys,
those are essential.
When I'm not in the mood to cook, I just, like even throwing vegetables in the microwave for 5 minutes. I'm just like, I hate this. I want the food now, And so I realized that because, Richard's like, just put a chicken breast in the air fryer for 15 minutes. And I'm like, it's so much work. I got to take the chicken out of the package. I got to cut off the little pieces that I don't want. I got to put seasoning on it. Then I got to put it in the air fryer. Then I got to press the buttons. Like, I don't want to do this. Right. And so that's what I know. Right. And then or chopping up the romaine for the salad. Like when I tell you, when I'm not in the mood to do that, I just hate it. And so
yes, you do.
So I make sure to either do that myself or have Richard do it. Like, I'm just like, hey, can you chop this up? Can you do this? Like, because my food needs to be prepared. And so that is also what I realized is that like meal prep, meal plan. And so I agree. Like you got to set aside time to do that.
Agree as well.
And we did all that yesterday. He grilled up my flank steak, my chicken. He cut the vegetables, chopped up some onions. Like, so I'm set up for the week. And I'm so grateful. I'm so happy and I appreciate you so much.
Oh my God.
But like, I just know like I had to make sure that got done for me,
so cute.
So yeah. Oh man, Jerry Van Wested only 140 days into the low carb cruise. That's crazy. And that means that KetoCon is before that.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Matrey said, yes, I also don't stress as much when traveling. I know at conventions I will gain, but it'll come back off a couple of weeks after being home. Exactly. And in my case, a day after being home, right? So Jackie said plans for the cruise include bourbon, coffee, and alcohol. Yeah, I don't drink often, but cruises are the one place I like to kick back. Hey. Otherwise, mostly the plan is to stay meat heavy and not worry if I have an off-plan treat.
I'm with you there, Jackie.
Yeah, that's what I feel. And so also, I have a different plan for approaching the boat as well. Because like, I was just like,
yes.
Ooh, cruise food. But now, especially now that I've already been there and had it last year, let's be honest, I did not like any of those desserts. Like, I didn't like them. And that's okay. So like
the dessert is
the
meal.
I don't have to eat through them in order to like them. I'm like, no, I don't need those. So I just pick the one or two that I like. And then, And so I am already thinking about my plan to approaching the cruise. Yeah.
That's so true.
Hoofman said, Brian is laughing right now. That's so me, but it's 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. I want it now. Like, I'm just talking about.
I mean.
He was like, just throw some chicken in the air fryer. I was like, it's not that simple. Like, there's so many steps to do that, and I hate it. I know that about myself. Mm-hmm. So
Well, I think I'm the same way with cooking that you are with taxes.
Yes. I
was
like, just fill out your expenses.
You love that
so much, exactly. So we comment. Yeah, so we compliment each other in that way because I'm just
I will cut all of your romaine from now into infinity.
Exactly. Just do my taxes.
Yes.
Yes.
All your meats.
TC said, LOL, that's how it was last week. It was just too much to even think about meal plan. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do it.
That's just real.
Brianna said, I keep seeing commercials for HelloFresh. They say, I love this when I don't feel like cooking, but it involves chopping, cooking, and the dishes. Exactly.
It just comes to you in other boxes.
Little packets. You just have to unbox a lot of stuff. You're still cooking. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Exactly.
Very, very real.
Jen said, I plan on being carb curious during the cruise, trying all of the foods. Yeah, like Jen, and I'm gonna tell you this, you're gonna be disappointed. Like, you're just like really.
Depending on how heavy you weigh desserts, okay? Because the other meals are so much better.
They are pretty good. Don't get me wrong. The burger and the fries and all that stuff is good.
I would be so stuffed leaving the dining hall, and then you're like, let's go upstairs and eat
to
more.
Get desserts. And I'm just like, but
I had enough food.
It's like generic wedding catering. It's just like, gosh, this is just so generic. But at the same time, We're on a boat at sea. There's only so much to feed 5,000 people. There's only so much they can do, right? It can't all be hand scratch made. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, like I had a bag, once again, I had a bagel every morning and a muffin. And then part of me is like, okay, I need to treat that like Starbucks. Like I don't have that at home. I need to chill out on the cruise.
Well, I think like the breakfast pastries are probably much better than the dessert pastries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the donuts were, I mean, the morning things that I liked, especially the bagels, were better. But still, now that especially I've been and the little hamburger stations and the fries. I mean, look, all this stuff was good. Yeah. And then they had these breadsticks that I really liked. But so now, I kind of agree with you, Jen. I was carb curious. Like, let me just try everything. But there was a point where I was eating things that I knew I didn't like. I was just like, oh, this isn't great, but I guess I'm gonna eat it. When I could have stopped. Yes, you were. Yeah. So this year I'm not doing that. If I don't like it, I'm just not.
I think you can eyeball it too. You can just see.
I don't even need to try it this year. I'm like, I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna like that. Yeah. So I already know how.
Anything that's really cute and fancy, with multiple colors and layers, ain't probably good.
Yes. So yes. Yes. Ship autumn. Yeah. So the only thing I liked that I tried was the basic cheesecake. Exactly. Like it was.
That's me.
Yeah, the cheesecake, but once again, that's standard wedding cheesecake. Yeah. That's catering cheesecake, right? Yeah. Like that's
for me. I think they're amazing at like lunch and dinner.
Yeah,
but the sweets are like because I'm like the cobbler. And they had cobbler every day, and it was runny.
Yeah,
it was just like a bowl.
So the food wasn't bad, but you know me, I'm looking for the sweet. Shelly said my favorite dessert on cruises are the basic creme brulee and the chocolate melting cake. Yeah, which don't get me wrong.
Keep it simple.
This year,
keep it simple.
I'll probably be a little. Because I feel like the dining room desserts were better than the Windjammer dessert.
I agree.
But
I was in the Jello.
I was trying to be unjudgy, not being unjudgy, but I was like, oh, Miriam's having a berry with cream. I'll just have a berry and cream. So I didn't have any chocolate cake, right? I'm gonna get the dining room chocolate cake. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get actual dessert. The berries and cream were delicious. So I would probably get berries and cream and a chocolate cake. No, the berries and cream were delicious. But mentally, when I left, I wanted more actual dessert, right? So that's why we go up to the Windjammer.
My legs as we had to
and I was still never satisfied. Whereas if I probably would have just got the cheesecake or the chocolate cake or something while we were at dinner, I didn't need to go, right? So if you're sitting at my table, she's having cake, right? And so if anybody saw, I think Debbie posted on the Facebook group and she sent out an email about the no carb police. I know we're on a keto cruise, but she's eating cake, and so, And so I was trying to be virtuous last year. And don't get me wrong, Chris and Miriam and that whole table, they didn't make me feel judged at all. I was just like, oh, they're being good. I'm going to be good.
I mean, well, Chris was.
But like I said,
Chris was overloading a whole nother again.
Yeah,
we didn't care about dessert.
He would get 2 steaks, 3 steaks.
We didn't care about
5
dessert.
Shrimp cocktails.
At the end, Chris was ordering 4 New York strips at a time.
Yeah, so
we was happy.
So
I would get 4, even 3 shrimp cocktails.
Yeah, so I just, I no longer put that into good category, bad categories. Like, oh, Miriam's being good. Like, no, I mean, it's just like, choose what you want to eat. We're on a cruise,
but getting in a good headspace.
Exactly. So, but yeah, something like that. Draven West said the thing I have to keep in mind with vacation, it's just that a time away. I will stay on program, but even if I slip, I won't stay there. One slip is a slight deviation, but not a destination. Preach.
Talk about
Preach, Draven West.
Jerry and Patty with this knowledge bestowed upon us all.
Oh, Jackie said their family started putting Final Destination back into production. It involves a cruise ship. Oh my God, I've never seen a Final Destination. I saw all of them. All I have to see is a propeller, a plane propeller goes like somebody's face. Then like a cable gets cut, which makes something else swing, which is knocks something into a car. Final Destination is nuts. I can't remember seeing one all the way through.
I've watched them all.
But I was like, this is like the worst domino effect I've ever
anytime
seen.
I'm driving by a semi with like strapped in anything, I'm always like, let me pass this real fast. Yeah. Let me get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah, like anytime you drive past like a semi that has logs on the back of it, you're just like, nope, don't need that smoke.
Steel poles or anything that's strapped in.
That can fly back.
It might be a bolt that's just slowly shaking off. I've seen that before.
Exactly. Yeah, you ain't getting me. But Trey said, I'm preparing for Ocon, but I won't be restricting keto snacks and such if I want them. I have a bunch to share with my staff and get their regular stuff too. Yeah, exactly. Jackie said, I think the longer and the stricter you are, the less amazing carby foods taste too. It just doesn't hit the same. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some carby food that will always hit the same. Costco cake will always be where it's at. But at the same time, if I'm kidding myself, then little desserts just aren't it. They just aren't it for me, right? Like, I'd rather have Oreos than whatever they're having there, you know? But it's just like, I'm at the point where I really want to move past the phase of eating something just to be eating it. Yeah. Like this chocolate cake, I gave it a 3 out of 10, but at least it's chocolate cake. It's like, no, if it's a 3 out of 10, don't even bother, right? So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Trey said Starbucks will be easy to avoid though at the con line. Yeah, it's horrible. Oh yeah, and I also don't wait in line. No, that'll also
you ain't lying.
That will also be really
quick. Shoot.
Andre said no haggles for bagels. I mean, pretty much.
That's where I'm out.
I mean, they were just plain regular bagels.
Line that long.
Jen said creme brulee is something I like in the melting chocolate cake, and we're having lunch at the Mexican cantina. Oh, so fresh made.
Those are nice too.
Tortilla chips, come on now. Like nice. Them's my favorite. So Jervin West said they did make a gluten-free cheesecake and keto friendly for Patty and the others. Yeah, they're accommodating in a lot of stuff.
It was good. Plus, I had it. We had it.
Like the Windjammer, most of the buffet things, I mean, they're all a la carte. So just skip over the bun, put you some patties on there, get you some toppings. Like you don't even like you're skipping over stuff, but the options are there. It's not like you have to take a burger and then remove things. Like no, just don't put it on your plate.
Look at you.
Hoofnit said I did good passing up desserts the first couple of days. Then someone got chocolate cake. OMG, yes, it was worth it. And yes, I will do it. Yeah, see, like I plan on having my goal is to have dining room desserts, not the Windjammer desserts. They were just never worth it.
And it was a lot of extra walking.
It was a lot of dining room was on the 4th floor. Windjammer's on the 16th floor.
Somebody gets stuck from the dining room every day. I'm like, I just want to go sit down on the bed.
Nope, we gotta go get dessert. Brianna said, when I went on cruises in my early 20s, I was impressed with the food. Then I went to legit good restaurants and realized the food was just okay. The specialty restaurants are pretty good though, and we don't go to those because we ain't paying extra. We don't pay to get on the boat. Y'all better bring us the food in the dining room, but I could see where they would be.
I am just not that picky.
TT say I have to go. Have a great week. You too, because I'm about to be out of here. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, looking. Hoofman said didn't get an omelet on the cruise. I anywhere where there was a line, like I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
so
I wasn't waiting for stuff.
Yeah. Jerry Van West said saw a great meme. Fitness is like marriage. You can't cheat on and expect it to work. Hello, like yeah. I mean, just can't have bad habits. Like you can't expect the things that you're doing to get a certain way the exception, and then your actual life the rule. No, you have to switch. You have to transform your life to those are the things you're actually doing, and then maybe the little dalliances here and there are the exception, right? So that was the big thing. So. Jackie said there was a brownie on the perfect day. Yeah, Coco K. I had one bite. It was disgusting. I gave it to the kids. My thought, I'm not feeling like crap for you. Yeah, like not for a brownie. Yeah,
well, again, it's like you said, it's not worth it.
It's just like it just wasn't worth it.
You value certain things you learn. Just like I'm gonna appreciate this. Like for you, it's Costco cake.
Yeah.
And like for regular brownies and stuff, like I don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, like things that don't taste good, or cake with that whipped icing. It's not the same. So that's what I'm working on is not overeating, like one piece of Costco cake versus 4, or like.
See, first for me would be ice cream.
Yeah,
I do like the little fountain.
Yeah,
that I could.
Yeah, that was good too. But wasn't there always a crazy line for that too? You remember on the it was on the first of all, it was on the pool deck, and I was like, I never even go to the pool deck. But why is there soft serve machines on the pool deck? So. But I know the lines were always crazy. Yeah. So it's just like, just really being a lot more intentional. That's the name of the game this year. It's just intentionality. You can eat whatever you want. Just think, why are you eating this? What are you eating and why are you choosing to eat it? Majority of the time it's going to be because it tastes delicious and this is good food for my health, right? Exactly. Some other times they're going to be, why are you eating it? Because it tastes good and I'm on vacation or I'm not in my regular routine, but just think, why are you eating this? So that's what I'm going with. Okay, guys, lots of work to do today. So good to talk to you. Exactly. We will be over on Watch On Keto for Wednesday. Also, Keto Crate Unboxing is coming out probably tomorrow. We filmed that before I went out of town for work, but I couldn't edit it because I was out of town for work. So I'll be doing that today. It'll be posted tomorrow. Smash the Crates all done already. So get your Keto Crate comments in early because the Smash the Crate will be coming out just a few days after that, right? Exactly. So comment on it, enter to win. It's a great crate. Okay, we gotta go. He's starting to get a little restless. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.